Everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002.
Last week we got a big dub.
Crazy opening weekend. It's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between our visitors.
Go ahead, like and subscribe. And let's get this second game on the road.
Their opening drive.
Damon had a great game last week.
Quarterback, their field general.
Cha-cha.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. And now the offense for Detroit.
Tight end Jesse James has made the move from Pittsburgh, where he spent his first 4 NFL seasons. Now he's going to reside in Detroit. A big target at 6'7", a terrific run blocker, has a great chance to beat his career high in receptions of 43 in 2017 in the Lions' pass-first offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He'll drop to throw. Amendola catching it left side. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using the...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They run it here with Gordon. And that one blown up quickly.
Really upset.
He's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that.
Too bad we're too good.
Something a little more advantageous.
Defense is stout.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Offense.
False start. Offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that,
Snack Harris.
The play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go
They got
catch a pass.
Noel.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right
Let's
around
do
the line
better
of
on
scrimmage.
offense this time.
That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Well, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about monitor a couple of things. Number one, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number two, cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a two-step punter, it needs to be one step to get rid of the football.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
You draw Corker. Get it.
The first down carry for Davis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers for Davis last week: 23 carries, 111 yards.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Charger offense.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Still gonna end up being
and
a
on the
punting
first drive,
situation.
3 and out. Yeah, I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go
Same
away.
shit.
And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play.
Ooh, it's smelling good.
Those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
This is Gordon.
Nothing.
He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. There goes Melvin
Gordon.
Past the 20.
He was out, not playing no games.
Touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd
Whip that
touchdown
horse.
now on the
Whip
year.
that horse.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for
that
an
boy
offense
trash.
than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin with a run by Davis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part.
Jesse James.
The best performers
That boy James be hitting.
I think he likes natural light best. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys. You always hear
Let's
about
see if
that.
we can get to the
Eyes in right
outside.
place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
And we can.
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing
As long as Darwin James don't come up to hit out the goal, we're okay.
The 30 down to the 25. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4
So you
steps.
just drop it.
Cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That boy Amendola
and they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, it's Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football and picked up by the Chargers. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
We's getting our ass stomped.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night.
This is
I call
not
that play
good.
A success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Gordon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Nowhere to go that time.
Yeah, Austin, that wasn't happening.
He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense with that fire.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Good D, Trey.
Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That's good for 28 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion. When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. From the red zone now, Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That would have been another passing or receiving touchdown for him, but
a gain of
he decided
13,
to cut
it's a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Third and goal for Rivers.
No.
No, it's That's incomplete. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once, maybe defensively. Now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2-3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted,
Let's see if we can get back into rhythm.
This is where you have to get with that guy and say, all right, they're going to come after you, but we believe in your talents. Take care of the football, and let's go.
He will find Davis on the left side, complete.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, 79! 79!
A first down throw here for Rivers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Rivers now, and he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the Chargers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Never mind.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are
Why
looking
would
for
you
some
do that? You should have picked
in
it.
this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Elijah,
And he got
run
blown
some.
up on that play. Back at the 20. A
big
5-yard
boy.
loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Let's see if
They
we can
trail
get something going
offense,
here on
first time to
offense.
touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams
No turnovers.
Other teams
That's the only
just go,
thing I
okay,
got planned.
these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right
Because this
away.
dude, Darwin James,
Get after
is
'em early and
hitting
try to create
everything
a
that's
big play
moving.
to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
The versatility of Derwin James comes right into play there. Whether he's playing deep safety or playing close to the line of scrimmage, always a threat to get around the ball carrier and put him on the ground.
And he's going to be
And there goes that nigga.
sacked back at the 45-yard line. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the
Going for
afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll try and throw for it here. Caught by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That was almost a bad
Conversion
idea.
is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards. But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front?
Nowhere to go.
Bruh, like, this shit is stupid. Like, how the fuck do they fumble every time? Every fucking time anyone gets tackled, they fucking fumble. Like, I can't win that way.
It's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They got to be prepared to break.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
But look! We get a fumble. There's 3 niggas at the ball, but nobody picks it up.
That ball gets knocked
Like,
for a
dude.
But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him as
That's
he's
what we
all the
fucking
way down
needed.
near the 40-yard line.
Shit.
And they want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage.
And he loses the football the second time. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to set up shop.
That's the most fucking fumbles I've ever seen in an indoor football game.
Both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly
This shit is pissing me off, dude.
Because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches.
Like,
had a particular problem,
we fumbled quarterback and running back 4 times just by themselves.
The last couple of games. Well, that was a simple
like, what the fuck, dude?
That completion,
like, these niggas is not that cold.
Behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss.
But we can't hit shit.
Give him 3 on the screen.
Like, not shit.
And it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Open man, it's Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good.
We're
for
trailing. We can't even finish a fucking drive because someone fucking fumbles.
If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
I just don't understand how niggas can fumble 5 times in one game.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to let this go.
You better pick it too.
And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Gosh.
That's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Wide open, it's Allen. Complete.
If they give them the 1st down for that, thank you. At least I know they're not trying to cheat me. That my niggas just need to hold on to the fucking ball.
Called a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play. If you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Come on, Veltri, bring us back.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Adrian Phillips, an all-pro as a special teamer last year, in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot,
there you
that's
go,
a big time
offense.
play by the defense.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time
Thought
it's
he could
incomplete.
get it, but
They couldn't
he
hook
can't.
up with Amendola there, and it's 3rd and short.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incomplete. And he will score. Touchdown.
Nice work, Damon.
Lions. Their mobile quarterback with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And now if they convert the extra point, the Lions will have the lead.
Now we just need defense to hold down.
Lions extra point up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another 4th quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. And they get him down, but not before
Let's hope we can stop this man, Phillip Rivers, from getting another 4th quarter comeback. This man has done it all his life, but not tonight.
Right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Oh, God, he is making moves. We got to tighten up, D.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup.
2-minute warning.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
We need to get them off the field now, ladies and gentlemen, now.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers on the money, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Rivers to throw. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Let's go.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man.
He caught it. We're gonna lose.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now.
And this is caught.
Are you we just sat there and watched the ball fly over our head.
Wow.
Nobody, thank you. Somebody say something about this, man. And it's a touchdown.
180. Hey, Delta.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Throwing Rivers. And he will get into the end zone.
And they get the 2-point conversion.
That gives them a 7.
So we got to go down and score to tie it with 1 timeout.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that
with 44 seconds left, we're at the 30-yard line.
Space with the back line. But in this
Oh,
case,
man, Damon, you got a big task, brother.
Their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back.
This is a shitty position to be in.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
He's going to pick that.
You don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me
It don't matter.
of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here.
You might just have to take this L.
Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete.
We're going to just have to take this L.
All right, but it comes up empty. And it's
We're going to have to take this L.
7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go.
Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Dez fucking Bryant. Dez fucking Bryant, man.
Yes, it was a touchdown. And not just a TD.
Yes, man. Dez fucking Bryant.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. A very important extra point there, up and good. The final score now from that game at Lambeau.
Dez fucking Bryant,
man. The victory. Kirk Cousins, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll be accepted.
Let's see if we can get a fumble here.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Lions quickly now going
make
to
you
use the
work
last
for this
of their
win.
timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Wanting to see if the nigga would
clock
fumble.
will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
They lucky. All these damn fumbles in this damn game. Madden should be embarrassed. Ooh, and dinner almost done.
Here we go, my friend.
Forget about it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past,
all
we had
pickles
sudden
suck.
death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game.
So
If
we
they
got to
kick a
play
field
some
goal, though, or
solid-ass
don't score,
defense.
The other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be taken to the back
Overtime
of the end zone.
with Phillip Rivers, fuck ass.
Touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Rivers.
Oh, they was trying to go big out the gate on Elijah. Come on, get out of here. You should have known that was going to happen. Man, you got a big one there, didn't you?
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it.
Oh.
Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
He's had some big runs in this game.
Let's try to not go backwards again.
That play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward.
We're going for the win.
Extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off.
This is probably going to either win us the game or lose us the game.
They're going for it on 4th
But
down.
as much as I don't care, is being shown right now. Oh, he didn't get it.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say
He didn't get it.
The Lions turned away on
Did
4th
not
down.
get it.
And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he was able to shed
I thought
the
he got
tackle
it.
with the reserves coming
He spun in the
first
wrong
down.
way.
Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Come on, D. Get a stop,
There's a run to be
D.
happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rivers.
Thank you.
Come together and it's incomplete.
Elijah, you're playing a stellar game,
Defensively brings up 4th down.
and I appreciate it so
Being
much.
able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball.
This dude,
They went in at
James, is an
halftime, made a few
animal.
adjustments, and you know
That's
what
one
else?
player
They
I'll
didn't
be
lose their
respecting.
confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 31's the mic. Give me that ball.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I'm over here stressing.
I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Let's go. On the double. Mike 52. I know he ain't got it.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone.
Go team, we can get this dub.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it.
Second
because
down,
you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys.
Y'all thought I was going to do that, but I ain't.
And protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Oh, I was about to go get 6.
Goal line at the 3. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. He finds his way to the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try and get him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line, and linebacker second level in the secondary, the third.
That's how we get the game.
Well, you make the secondary do all the tackling.
Gotta come from behind.
So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline, talk about it, right?
Good game, Chargers. Phillip Rivers.
Come away with a touchdown.
Des Bryant was obviously the answer.
For the future.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime.
Came down
to
the
field
wire.
goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
Only missed 7 passes.
So for the Lions, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
77, 548.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. Dre Bryant out.